Let me start by giving you a passage related to our topic today. As you are aware, this passage, The Secret of Getting Ahead, is Getting Started by Mark Twain. Mark Twain is a famous by his books, but also by his passage and daring thoughts about life. Today, we bring you the meaning of this statement above to inspire you to be successful. So the secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks by starting in the first one. Hello! Welcome to our session today. First, let me introduce myself. I am Jenny Reyes Literal, secondary school teacher 2 and a guidance counselor designate of Gonzalo Alver National High School, Capalonga, Camarines Norte. As we go on, allow me to greet you a pleasant afternoon, my dear classmates, and to our professor, Madam Imelda Bermejo Albero. The topic assigned to me is about theories of motivation. So what is motivation? What motivation underlie our behaviors? Is motivation an inherited trait or is motivation influenced by reinforcement and consequences that strengthen some behaviors and weakens others? To define motivation is an inner burning passion caused by need, wants, and desire which propels an individual to exert his physical and mental energy to achieve desired objectives. Next is the concept of motivation. We have need. A need is a condition of lack of something required by a person. And motives, it is defined as an inner state that energies, activates, and directs the behavior towards certain goals. Do you know that motivation is important when it comes to improving ourselves? Motivation comes in any aspects of our lives. Let us now see the importance of motivation by looking at the next slide. So the importance of motivation are motivation helps to change from negative attitude to positive attitude. Without motivation, the employees try to perform minimum activities in the organization. But the motivation feels in the desire to perform to their maximum level. All the resources of the organization are of no use unless and until the employees use these resources. The motivated employees make best use of the resources. Next is motivation improves performance level of employees. The motivation improves the efficiency level of employees, which means the employees start performing the job to the best of their ability with minimum wastage of time and resources because motivated employees always go for the best utilization of resources. The motivation bridges the gap between the ability to work and willingness always improves efficiency. Next is help in achieving the organizational goals. The motivated employees always try to achieve the organizational goal and contribute their best efforts for the realization of organizational goal, as they know with the achievement of organizational goal only they can achieve their personal goal. Another one is motivation creates supportive work environment. In motivation, the relations between superior and subordinates are always improved. When the employees get their needs satisfied or get the recognition and respect in the organization, then they always offer a supportive hand to superiors. So there is more cooperation and coordination in the organization, and all the employees work with a team spirit. Next importance is motivation helps the manager to introduce changes. The motivated employees show less resistance in accepting the changes according to changes in the business environment, because they know if the changes are not implemented in the organization, not only the organization will lose by this, but the employees also will find it difficult to get their needs fulfilled. The last one is reduction in employee turnover. The motivation creates confidence in the employees to get their needs satisfied in the organization itself. They always select the alternative to remain in the organization and increase their earning rather than leaving the organization and increasing their earnings. In education, theories are somehow crucial. By all means, education serves as a strong foundation of individual productivity. People are motivated when they expect that a course of action is likely to lead to the attainment of a goal and a valued reward, one that satisfies their needs and wants. So what is the importance of theories of education? Motivation theory is the study of understanding what drives a person to work towards a particular goal or outcome. It's relevant to all of society, but is especially important to business and management. That's because a motivated employee is more productive, and a more productive employee is more profitable. Role is something that we ought to do. In every motivation, there is a role for education. Take a look at this. What is the role of theory of motivation in education? According to this model, expectations and values influence performance and thus choice directly. There are two main components to this theory. First, a student's effort, the level of challenge they choose, and ultimately their performance will follow their expectation of success or failure. As our lives has a purpose, a motivational theory as well. So what is the purpose of motivational theory? Motivational theory is tasked with discovering what drives individuals to work towards a goal or outcome. Businesses are interested in motivational theory because motivated individuals are more productive, leading to more economic use of resources. Okay. Now, how do motivational theories influence behavior? These motivational theories provide insights into the way people behave and what motivates them. Motivation theory is a way of looking at the motivation of a person and how this influences their behavior, whether for personal or professional reasons. The next slide, we have the three components of motivation. Direction, what a person is trying to do. Effort, how hard a person is trying. And persistence, how long a person keeps on trying. These persons are believed what we so-called motivational theories. We have the Maslow theory of hierarchical needs, Hertzberg's two-factor theory, McClelland's theory of needs, Bloom's theory of expectancy, and McGregor's theory and theory X and theory Y. In motivational theories, these are two types of motivation. There are two types of motivation, namely intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. In intrinsic motivation, this stage of the hierarchy is focused on external rewards and may be described as extrinsic motivation. At the top of the hierarchy, Maslow believed that people have self-actualization needs. This is the need for value, meaning, and purpose, and can be described as intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is defined also as the doing of an activity for its inherent satisfaction rather than for some separable consequence. When intrinsically motivated, a person is moved to act for the fun or challenge entailed rather than because of external products, pressures, or rewards. While extrinsic motivation means that the person is doing the task not because they enjoy it, but because they expect to get something out of it. In this theory of motivation, intrinsic motivation is not characterized by self-determination, but by pressure, obligation, or restraint. What is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation? Intrinsic motivation comes from within, while extrinsic motivation arises from external factors. When you are intrinsically motivated, you engage in an activity because you enjoy it and get personal satisfaction from doing it. When you are extrinsically motivated, you do something in order to gain an external reward. Next is Maslow's theory of hierarchical needs. Abraham Maslow postulated that a person will be motivated when all his needs are fulfilled. People do not work for security or money, but they work to contribute and to use their skills. He demonstrated this by creating a pyramid to show how people are motivated and mentioned that one cannot ascend to the next level unless lower level needs are fulfilled. The lowest level needs in the pyramid are basic needs, and unless these lower level needs are satisfied, people do not look at working toward satisfying the upper level needs. Okay, so this time we have the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the pyramid of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The first level is physiological needs. In physiological needs, those are the basic needs for survival, such as air, sleep, food, water, clothing, sex, and shelter. And the second level, it shows the safety needs, protection from threats, deprivation, and other dangers. Example, health, secure employment, and property. Next level is social needs, otherwise known as belongingness and love. The need for association, affiliation, friendship, and so on. The fourth level is self-esteem needs, the need for respect and recognition. And the highest level is self-actualization needs, the opportunity for personal development, learning and fun, creative, challenging works, and self-actualization. This is the highest level need to which a human being can aspire. Next is Hertzberg's two-factor theory. Hertzberg classified the needs into two broad categories, namely hygiene factors and motivating factors. Poor hygiene factors may destroy motivation, but improving them under most circumstances will not improve team motivation. Hygiene factors only are not sufficient to motivate people, but motivator factors are also required. Next is McClelland's theory of needs. McClelland affirms that we all have three motivating drivers, which do not depend on our gender or age. One of these drives will be dominant in our behavior. The dominant drive depends on our life experiences. Those are the achievement, affiliation, and power. Next is Bloom's theory of expectancy. Bloom's expectancy theory of motivation says that an individual's motivation is affected by their expectations about the future. In his view, an individual's motivation is affected by expectancy. Here, the belief is that increased effort will lead to increased performance. Example, if I work harder, then it will be better. This is affected by things such as having the appropriate resources available. Example, raw materials and time. Another is instrumentality. Here the belief is that if you perform well, then the outcome will be valuable one for me. Example, if I do a good job, there is something in it for me. This is affected by things such as clear understanding of the relationship between the performance and outcomes. Example of this, the rules of the reward game. Trust in the people who will take the decisions on who gets what outcome. Next is transparency in the process decides who gets what outcome. Balance is how much importance the individual places upon the expected outcome. For example, if someone is motivated by money, he or she might not value offers of additional time off. The last one is McGregor's theory and theory Y. Theory X, managers who accept this theory believe that if you feel that your team members dislike their work, have little motivation, need to be watched every minute, and are incapable of being accountable for their work. Avoid responsibility and avoid work whenever possible. Then, you are likely to use an authoritarian style of management. According to McGregor, this approach is very hands-on and usually involves micromanaging people's work to ensure that it gets done properly. Theory Y, managers who accept this theory believe that if people are willing to work without supervision, take pride in their work, see it as a challenge, and want to achieve more, they can direct their own efforts, take ownership of their work, and do it effectively by themselves. These managers use a decentralized, participative management style. Now, to sum up the lesson, motivation is the state of mind which pushes all human beings to perform to their highest potential with good spirits and a positive attitude. The various motivation theories outlined above help us to understand what are the factors that drive motivation. It is leaders' job to ensure that every individual in the team and the organization is motivated and inspired to perform better than their best. This is neither quick nor easy, but in the long term, the gains that are derived from happy employees far outweigh the time and effort spent in the motivating them. There are 6 reasons to motivate you to achieve success. So without further ado, we present you the meaning behind this great Mark Twain quote, with 6 reasons motivate you to achieve success. So babalikan po natin yung passage. So why the secret of getting ahead is getting started. First, big dreams might seem unreachable. When you start wondering what you want out of life, there are no limits. You can dream about anything. You get this great feeling of satisfaction just by imagining what you can achieve. The possibilities are endless, and each so encouraging for a while. But then, reality sets in. You know that those dreams are far away from seeing daylight. You start to feel like they're impossible to achieve and unreachable. So, you should actually dream big, but realize that the way to make those dreams happen is to break them down in achievable small tasks that put together will make you achieve that dream through time. So dream all you want, but if you don't start to do something to achieve those dreams, they will remain dreams forever. Another, ideas are easy, turning them into reality is harder. The hard part of achieving great things is not to come with ideas, but rather put those ideas to work and start executing them. Anyone has an idea. There are millions of great ideas out there. Many can really change people's lives for the better. The sad part is that most of those ideas are just thoughts that people conserve in their minds forever. Other ideas, people turn them into words but never turn them into action. Next is turn complexity into simplicity. Can you change the world? Probably not. And it seems such a huge task that you might feel overwhelmed by this outrageous question. But you can start to give some money to homeless people you see on the street. Yes, you can. It's a simple task. Anyone can give something. It's that it's that easy. Changing the world, it's such a complex topic that you can be lost in all the resources and tasks that it demands you to do. So life might seem complex if you look at the big picture, but if you start to do something about it by taking the first step, all that complexity changes. You begin to see a simple way to start doing. All you need to do is getting started. Next, strategies are pointless without productivity. You came up with dreams. You turned them into plans. Now, you have specific goals and a deadline to achieve them. You're halfway to success. That's great. But like ideas, many people comes with awesome strategies to achieve their goals. But in reality, few of them actually is successful. Work ethic beats great strategists if their strategies are not put to work. In contrast, some people never plan anything, but they are extremely productive and they get what they want. Next, only by taking action you know you're right. Related to ideas and strategies that you can come up with but never do anything about them. You can only know what works and what doesn't work if you are in the process. The last one, if you start executing, you're ahead of most competition. This is the kicker and how you can get ahead. As I mentioned, dreams, ideas, plans are like yesterday's. Everybody has one. The big difference between a dreamer and an achiever is that a dreamer never wakes up and turns his dreams into reality. An achiever takes his dreams and makes them happen. Most people are dreamers, few are achievers. Your competition sure is full of dreamers, but not many are achievers. If you take the first step and start to make things happen, you're getting ahead of them instantly. They don't require much from you. They are actually simple to execute, but most people just underrates them or takes them for granted. They don't take the time to actually do them. What Mark Twain is advising us is to do those simple things by starting to take the first step. Do the simple things, start executing. Because most will talk and dream about it while you will be working and getting ahead. That's Smart Twins' secret. We hope now you know why the secret of getting ahead is getting started and you're inspired to start doing it. Be great. Thank you for listening. Again, isang mapayapa, ligtas at mapagpalang hapon sa ating lahat. Thank you very much and God bless.